Welcome in, everybody. I gotta clean the camera here. Welcome in on this Saturday evening. We will be talking about the Brown University homeless man, Epstein files, AI, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump. Was this homeless man actually smarter than the FBI? We're going to talk about that. And is this homeless man off the street tonight? Well, welcome everybody. I am Sal. Come on in. Thank you, moderators, for being here. Mike and Janine. Just a little lighter in between football games, as the Philadelphia Eagles have won today and clinched the East NFC East division. So I'm a little happy for that. Congratulations to the Eagles. Hope everybody's enjoying their holiday. Merry Christmas. If those who are off, enjoying their Christmas. We're going to talk about the homeless man. Toothpaste is smarter than the FBI. Yeah, and I got to tell you, Kash Patel, because he leads the FBI. I'm not blaming him 100%. But, after catching a pipe bomber, well done. Epstein files, well, we're going to talk about that. And Pam Bondi, what have I heard about Pam Bondi? Will she be stepping down? We're going to talk about that as well. But this here from the governor and the mayor of Rhode Island, it's crazy because the homeless guy who's living in the basement of Brown University originally on the second day says, I think we have a suspect. And the FBI are like, well, who is he? But at the whole time, this homeless man who's going by the name of, quote unquote, John. His name is John. I have a photo, but I was a little worried about putting it up because I'm not 100% sure it's him, and I didn't want to get anybody in trouble. But there is a photo. You guys can Google. Hello, Crystal. Welcome. I hope you're feeling better. Appreciate a little live here on our preparing for Christmas. Hope everybody's enjoying the Christmas, gathering with the family. I appreciate everybody being here. But once again, FBI screwed up. Governor screwed up. In Brown University, lots of mistakes happen. But at the end of the day, Ozzy, they got the bad guy. But the homeless guy, just smarter. Just a little bit smarter. Then the police, the FBI, and yes, I wrote letters to Donald Trump. You guys are going to think I'm drinking too much. No. And I said, Mr. Trump, our president, let's go to the homeless man. Where is this homeless man tonight? We're going to talk about that. Where is he? Well, I'll just tell you right off the bat. He's off the streets. Now, we're going to talk about this a little bit more. Why? Because we help out the homeless. You know what? And everybody says they judge the homeless. A lot of people judge the homeless and this, that, whatever. And you're entitled to your own opinion. But this is a man who was living in Brown University in the basement, right? And I know a lot of you are going to say, well, it was illegal. Probably so. But, hey, he spoke up. He said, better look into this guy. This guy doesn't look good. This guy could be the suspect. I've seen him all over the place. Listen to me. Listen to me. And guess what? They did, but it took how many days? 6 days. We watched it live. So, what a world we live in, huh? Just what a world. And no defense to a homeless man, by the way. But it's amazing how somebody could be living on the street in the basement of Brown University was doing more investigation than the FBI and the police and the governor and the mayor and the security and the president of Brown University. Wow, we watched her. Whack-a-doody-doo. Ken Big Fish, I want to welcome in our members. Thank you, Ken Big Fishin, Ozzy, Crystal. Appreciate you guys being here. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. And also, we're going to touch on the Epstein files. Can Bill Clinton be worried? Let me just say this, though. We're going to switch back and forth. As far as all this AI stuff, and, we see the photos of Bill Clinton and the Epstein, and, they can put Donald Trump in. I mean, shit, they could put me in there. They could put some of us. We got to be very careful. I mean, right now, Bill Clinton has gotten an attorney and everything, but it's not that I'm in bed with Bill Clinton, even though I voted for him. I'm just saying we got to be very careful with all this AI stuff, pasting and all that stuff. We all know Bill Clinton had photos taken with Epstein. We know Trump had photos with him. Michael Jackson, the Prince, a lot of people. But you know what, guys? Until there's evidence proven that they actually did anything to these beautiful young ladies, you know, right now it's here we go again. I know everything came out on Friday, and I was going to talk about it, but there's pretty much nothing new. All we have new is different photos of Bill Clinton, Epstein, nothing of Trump, photos of Michael Jackson, and other photos. But that doesn't mean they're guilty, right? Because I could be hanging around with somebody, but doesn't mean I'm guilty. So, you know, all this AI, I like to get more information. Now, I just want to pause for a second as Crystal is dropping the bomb on sending donations. Appreciate it, Crystal, so much. As Maribel is not stopping, she's like, we got to do more for the homeless. I said, well, let's just take a day off. Thank you so much. I hope you guys seen a lot of my shorts on recently the homeless, giving the gifts out. I'm going to explain some of the comments I'm getting on the shorts. I shouldn't have to, but I will. Crystal, thank you so much. Thank you. High five, fist bump. Appreciate you. 95 times on a gift. That's not on notice. Crystal does not have to do that. Crystal does a lot on the station as a mod, along with Janine and Mike. It's not on notice, Crystal. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. We appreciate it. I'm going to get into the homeless in a little bit, about like one homeless on the street, and a comment was like, why are you doing it for views? Or why didn't he say thank you? Why did he look paranoid? Well, he didn't look paranoid. He just was out in the street, you know, and, you know, he's worried because, you know, it's against the law and people are out there, police are around. And as far as those who are not saying thank you, they say thank you. And for those who don't say thank you, I don't care. I still give to them because that's what we do on this channel, right? And, you know, that's mental illness. And a lot of these people, these people living on the street, the homeless, just like the homeless who turned in or who brought evidence to Brown University, they're suffering from mental illness, and some are just scared. They see a person come up and give them a gift, and they're worried. They're going to get scared. So anyhow, I just want to clear that up. And thank you, Ozzy, for straightening that. In Italian, Ozzy, we call it a scazziad, which is thank you for the comment and responding. Very professional, Ozzy. Appreciate it on a couple of comments. You know, you got these trolls, you got people who disagree. Now, the people who disagree on the homeless, that's one thing. But then you have these trolls and everything else, and that's a whole nother thing. All right, so I tell you what. With the Epstein files, the reason, again, I didn't come out and talk about it Friday, because for me, I don't think we found out much more than Bill Clinton and maybe Hillary and, you know, Michael Jackson's name and some other names. And, you know, I've said this before. Look, our prayers are with the victims at the time. This has been going on for many, many years. And now these young ladies have grown up and they need justice. They need, before we all need to know and have the prosecution, whoever they might be. I don't care if they're Republican, Democrat, the president, the vice president, Clinton. We don't care, right? Family member of mine or anything. Justice should be justice. But, you know, for some reason, they came out with some, you know, photos of Bill Clinton and everything. But to me, with all this AI, you know, and then there probably were photos with Bill Clinton and Epstein. They looked like they were, and there were some photos of Trump. But until we get the evidence, clear evidence of these politicians, and in this case, Bill Clinton, former president, and others, you know, for me, there's not much to go on. So, Ken Big Fish, I just want to shout out. He said, hit the like button and share and subscribe. And we want to thank Ken Big Fish for celebrating 4 months, not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 months of membership. So we say high five, fist bump. And thank you, Ken Big Fish, and we appreciate your support, all your support that goes around YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to get in some comments. We'll talk about the Epstein files. We'll talk about the homeless. And then we'll talk about the homeless man, who I think probably will get the $50,000. I'm hoping that the Trump administration, if they have anything involvement on this, they should. Kash Patel will do the right thing and say, look, let's give it to one person. Let's give it to this guy who's going by the name of John, right? We don't know what race. It doesn't matter. We know he's a male, who helped the investigators find this guy who has 4 different names, Ozzy, that I don't even, doesn't matter. The guy's unalive. But I hope that they'll give him that. But I do know this. He's off the streets. this homeless man in Brown University we're talking about. We're going back and forth, and they got him in a shelter. They got him some clothing, and I wouldn't be surprised they gave him some money already. And I'll probably be shocked if they did not give him the $50,000. I would be shocked if they didn't give him the $50,000, because if he was the one who did it, I mean, who else is involved? Was there somebody else? I mean, if there's somebody else who helped, but we don't know yet, then they're entitled to it as well, right? But right now, it's just one homeless man who's going by John for his protection, and he should get it. And I really want him to get it because we help out the homeless once again on here. Paylon, welcome in. Hey, Paylon, thank you for your donation that came in about 10 minutes ago. I appreciate it. High five, fist bump to yours as well as Crystal. Thank you so much. I'm going to pull some comments out, and then we could talk about the Epstein files if you want. Nice hat. Who's your boyfriend? I don't know who the hell my boyfriend is anymore, Dixie. I don't even know. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. I hope everybody's getting ready for Christmas. You got your tree up. Better get your tree up if you didn't. Christmas shopping. Make sure you take care of your wife, your husband, your partner, your kids, your grandkids, and all that stuff. Well, let me just say this. What do you guys think? Do you think the homeless man, if there's nobody else involved in turning him in, you think he should get the $50,000? And was he smarter than the FBI? All the way from the top of Kash Patel. You all know I like Kash Patel, but Mike says yes. I mean, let's say it. He did better. He was smarter. He was a little bit smarter, that man, John. Absolutely, Ozzy Crosby says. Absolutely. You got to put politics aside on this, right, Janine? I mean, Kash Patel's, he's still good. He's done some good stuff, but, and it's not all his fault, but you know what? I think even Kash Patel behind closed doors would say, yeah, let's give it to him, right? Donald Trump, I'm sure behind closed doors, let's give the guy the $50,000. And don't tax him either. And better yet, maybe an interview. Maybe have an interview. Take some tests and skills and get him a job. Maybe we need to hire a homeless man. Maybe we need to hire some of you guys. Because sometimes, don't you think that the public is just a little smarter than the FBI? Let me just say this. They're very smart, the FBI. And they're very good. And 85% of the time, they do well. Right? But the other 15% of the time, they let the guards down. And at Brown University, I can't believe it went on that long. As the suspect was unalive for 2 days, the autopsy. Now, we covered this a couple of days ago. 2 days he was, and the homeless guy from, I believe, day one said, hey, take a look at this guy. He goes, it might be him. It might just be him and end up being him. So good for that guy. And good that the guy, you won't see him anymore. That's funny, Ozzy. Hey, has anybody else been watching All in the Family a little bit more? Meathead. All right. Oh, we got over here. I'll pull some comments out here. And then, but one more time, I really wish that, speaking of the FBI, for me, that we could put the Democrats, Republicans aside for a second, whether allegedly Bill Clinton was involved or anybody else was involved. We know Trump wasn't. I wish we could put it aside and get justice for these young ladies who are now young adults and grown women who will never be the same. They were pulled out of homes. Ghislaine Maxwell, another piece of shit. We seen Diddy. To take these young people out of these broken homes, so to speak, and escalate sex trafficking and involve sex acts should not ever happen. We need to do much better. And I wish they would just come out. I know Friday you're saying, well, Sal, they did. Well, no, we don't know much more than we did. And I got to tell you, Pam Bondi, I know a lot of people are disappointed at Bongino. And I was too when he didn't show up to work on that Friday. But I got to tell you, there's something else going on with Pam Bondi. I'm hearing from my sources that she's just not there. I'm not saying she doesn't support Trump. I'm not saying she's a Democrat. But she's just not all together. She's not qualified. She's just not qualified for the job. And Bongino sees it, and it's affecting Kash Patel. And I don't know why Trump is still letting her stay. Now, he might wait to the beginning of the year, because that's when Dan Bongino will be stepping down. Maybe by the first or second of the year, Trump will say, "I'm sorry, Bondi, I made a mistake. You just didn't, you just fumbled. You fumbled the Epstein files." And, she came out and said we had them, and there was just nothing there. So for me, but we don't know everything. So, but for me right now, what we're hearing, I think she's going to have to step down. And her, it certainly, I don't know how much it helps Donald Trump, the president of the United States, that I voted for 3 times. I don't know how much it hurts him, but it certainly doesn't help the president, because he hired her, and these Epstein files have been going on for many, many years, guys. Do you know it's been going on since, it's been like what, 30 years? And, we talked about this many times. I get tired of talking about the Democrats didn't do anything about it. They blame Trump. The Republicans are now blaming Clinton. It's back and forth. Just give us the names, Michael Jackson, now they're saying, may he rest in peace, he's coming out. Who else? Give us some names of these men, and maybe women, we don't know, who were allegedly involved. Were they involved, not just going to the island, ladies and gentlemen. Just going to the island, for me, in my opinion, I'm going to get it, is not a crime. But if they allegedly involved with these ladies, then they should be prosecuted. I don't care who they are. But just give it to us. Now, some might come in the chat and say, well, Sal, that's all they have. That's bullshit. There's got to be some more names than Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton, the Prince, and it's got to be more. There's more names. There wasn't just 2, 3, 5, 10 people on that island doing these things, right? Yes or no? There had to be at least 100, if not more. And Pam Bondi, who was on Fox News a couple months ago, even said, we have over 100. So, I just don't know. All right, I'm going to read some comments here. Let's see what we have. Hey, thank you so much for being here. I know there's a football game on. Appreciate all your attendance. Thank you for liking, subscribing. If you're new, like and subscribe. Appreciate it. They gave up the names of the deceased people. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Except for Bill Clinton. Exactly. And by the way, I'm not defending Bill Clinton. I'm just going by the law. We are innocent, because just some photos of Bill Clinton and Donald Trump with Epstein doesn't mean they're guilty. We know Trump was not there. And I'm going to go a little farther, as the football games are a joke today. Oh, this game here's a joke. That's why I came online. 3-0. Just because there's photos doesn't mean they're guilty. And if they went to the island, still doesn't make them guilty. Now, if we found out that Bill Clinton was on the island, then we could raise our eyebrows. What the hell did my wife do to my eyebrows? Then we could say, whoa. But right now, all we have is photos of him. And was Hillary in those photos? Ozzy, was Hillary in those photos? I think it was just Bill. But like Mike says, dead people. Yeah. So we'll have to see. I'd be really surprised, thank you, Mike, that we'll hear anything about anybody else on there other than the deceased people. We might get a few people that are alive, some other photos, but I just don't know that we're going to see anybody that was in government. We might see a movie star, right? We might get 1 or 2 movie stars, maybe. I've said this I've been covering this a long time. But again, I don't think it helps the Trump administration. Well, look, Trump's our president. Get over it, right? He's the president. But I don't know if it's going to help, how much it will help the midterms. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys in the chat. Do you think if they don't come out with any... I'm going to ask this in the chat. The question I have is, if they don't come out with names that are alive, Democrats, Republicans, if there's any, we don't know, other than Bill Clinton, if they don't come out with more names, will that affect midterms in 26? Will that affect the midterms on a Republican at all? Yes or no, or maybe. I don't know. I got to get some juice. A little grapefruit juice. Nothing much in it. Oh, maybe a little bit. All right. Yep. Now, if you're coming on, we've been on for a live. For those who are just stepping in, we're covering a little bit of both. The Epstein, we help out the homeless on here, and we're also talking about the homeless who was living in the basement of Brown University, who from day one reached out to the police, security first, the president of the Brown University, not the president of the United States, of Brown University, and then finally from there, they took him out of the basement, and he said, I think you might want to look at the suspect that you see on my thumbnail. And they did. But they didn't pursue it like right away, is what I'm hearing. And then they finally said, okay, bring in that homeless man again. Matter of fact, bring him in, get him some coffee, whatever he wants. And this homeless man worked just as good as the FBI, if not better. And now we're talking about the $50,000 reward, which I think he will be getting. He's off the streets. They gave him a shelter. And I think behind closed doors, our President Donald Trump and Kash Patel, who's the head of the FBI, was probably saying, give it to him. He deserves it. And that's what we're talking about for the last 22 minutes and the Epstein files. If Biden won, why did the Democrats, fire him in 2025? I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. But I appreciate you being here, guys, tonight. There's a boring football game on right now, so what else is there to do? Well, maybe put up your Christmas tree. Maybe wrap some gifts. Maybe go Christmas shopping. I appreciate you guys being here. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy Hanukkah. I appreciate each and every one of you. As I got to light my cigar. Also, we got a lot of short videos. I don't know if you guys seen them. Maribel, my wife, who's inside, doesn't like to be on camera too much. 100% shout out to my wife and all of you guys for, my wife putting together, and all your donations, putting together these little bags with hairbrush, toothpaste, toothbrush, and just making the homeless day a little bit better, brighter. And some coffee and food and little stuff like that. I probably wouldn't go as far as she did, and we helped them out. And there's a lot of people that might be on here who are watching my shorts who disapprove of me, my wife, and a lot of us who do that, and that's fine. However, there's other comments that the homeless people don't say thank you, and that upsets me because they're suffering. They have mental illness once again. Happy birthday. Is that Logan? Happy birthday. Anybody else's birthday? Happy birthday. It's a shame, but they do say thank you. And for those who don't, they're going through some tough times. You don't know what's going through in their heads and how they're struggling on the streets. Speaking of homeless. So with that said, that's that. All right. Any comments regarding the Epstein files? Do you think we're going to get some government names, men, maybe women out there? What do you think? Yes or no? Think we're going to eventually get people that are alive other than Bill Clinton? And of course, they put out Donald Trump's name. Are we going to get some names? Janine says no. Yeah, I don't think so either, Janine. I mean, I'd be surprised. Again, as far as the Epstein files, we might get somebody in Hollywood, maybe one or two, maybe. maybe 3. A performer, a singer, maybe. But it's unfortunate. I don't think we're going to see it. And it is unfortunate. Ozzy says probably, but they will not prosecute them. Yeah, and if they do, that would be a next question. Would they prosecute them? Probably not. And it's a shame. Well, I say it's a shame. First of all, we just don't know. But let's just say for conversation purpose, and they are, and we've seen photos, and the attorneys of these women have proof of these men and maybe women, mostly we're hearing men, who allegedly did these crimes to these young ladies. They should be prosecuted for life if they did it. One thing being at the island, another is being there and participating in these horrific sexual crimes for YouTube, right? Let's see what we got over here. Epstein files from a subscriber will never be seen. They'll protect. He like, yeah. Ken Big Fishin, member who just renewed, says, I think they're going to keep getting people excited about the files and never release them. Yeah, I mean, and I think that's what it is. I think a lot of people, they hear on Wednesday, Thursday, oh, Friday's here. They got them released. Kash Patel's got them this time. And I haven't heard any new names other than what I just said, unless I'm missing a few. Vernon, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. All of you. Let me lower the TV a little bit. I'm sorry for the TV. I was watching a football game. We'll lower that a little bit. We have 262 in the chat and 32 likes. Thank you so much for being here.
The birds have to eat.
Oh. My wife. The birds got to eat. What do you want from me? Go feed them. All right. Gotta laugh a little bit, guys. I see. I seen that. Yeah, thank you, Jeff. Palon. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's feeling good and taking one day at a time. And I'm hoping those who celebrate Christmas are taking it in and, listening to some Christmas music, enjoying your family and that kind of stuff. Thank you. Don't forget to make the best of everything. I need to get going. Have a good night. Ken Big Fishin'. Hey, Ken Big Fishin'. So well said, my friend. So well said. Have a great night. Thank you for renewing your membership. I will see you on the next live. God bless. Thank you. Those who are coming in, coming out. Let's show the Christmas lights a little bit here. Well, it's hard to see them. I got the light on. But I got Christmas lights on for Uncle Charlie. 5 days for Christmas. It is. Wow. I'm thinking about it, Mike. I wasn't going to debate you. I'm like, is it? I'm thinking like 5 days. 5 days for Christmas. Yeah. It's kind of funny. Be sure to hit the like if you don't eat crowns. All right. Yeah. The Orange King. He's the president. The Orange King. Get over it. Ardell, how are you, my friend? Always good to see Ardell. Welcome in, Ardell, everybody. Ardell's here. The party can start. I'm only kidding. You have 5 days to go. And if you haven't gotten your gift cards yet, or the gifts, 5 days to go. Finally, a president that knows the difference between, I'll just say men and women for YouTube, but you can say that. Yep, I agree. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. I can't wait, though, for this homeless man who they identified as John. I don't know if that's his real name. Hopefully they'll show, well, it doesn't matter if they show a photo, but I just want to hear that this man, John, the homeless man, gets that money. that $50,000 reward. Wouldn't that be an amazing story for Christmas? And they should give it to him before Christmas. We got 5 days to go, Mike. They better give him that $50,000 before Christmas. If he's the only one who led to the investigation. If there's other people, then you got to split it up. Fair is fair, right? But I haven't heard anybody else. So Christmas is 5 days. They better give it to him. But I am hearing they gave him shelter, food, and making his life a lot better than it was. Better than living in a basement in Brown University. And yes, I'll beat you to it. He was living in Brown University in the basement. It is illegal. I'm sure they're going to let that go and give him the reward. Because if he wasn't living in the basement, we'd probably still be talking about this guy. Now, he was unalive for YouTube. I got to say unalive for 2 days prior to them going in the storage room in Salem. But we might still be talking about where is he. So, you know, he was a big help into this. And I would even go farther and probably say, hey, you want a job? You got a job. Remember in Scarface? You want a job? You got a job. Lemon J, how are you? Merry Christmas. So let's hope he gets it sooner than later. For those who are watching football, Green Bay's up 6-0. All right. Daddy Trump. That's right. And speaking of Trump, Trump has not come out publicly and said, give the $50,000, but he has not said no. I'm sure he's pushing it. I'm sure he's told Kash Patel. I'm sure he's told the governor, hey, let's all agree on something. I know we can't agree on politics right now. Let's give it to the homeless. I'd be surprised if they don't. All right. Welcome in if you're new. If you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Appreciate it. We help out the homeless. Speaking of homeless, we help out the homeless here in Las Vegas metropolitan area each and every day. Thank you to my wife, and thank you for all those sponsorships on here. Thank you. ABC 123, the party can start. You and Ardell are in. Hello, ABC. Welcome in, ABC. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Loyal subscriber, ABC 123. Palon, thank you. Thank you for your support and your comments and your donations. Appreciate it. Thank you, Lemon J. All right. All right, Jeff Boo. Yep. Absolutely. Everybody has different opinions on the presidents. Everybody has different opinions on the Epstein files. I get it. Godfather, how are you? Now, we got to be careful. We got the Godfather in the house. So, we got to go Stato Zich in Italian. But, what I was going to say is, I think everybody agrees that this homeless man should deserve the money. The Fazols, 100%. You got to live the dream, Godfather. You got to live every hour at a time, every day. Enjoy it. It's quick. It's quick. It goes by quick. Gas prices, you know, thank you. Who just said that here? Cecilia. First of all, Cecilia, I love that name, Cecilia. Cecilia Jackson. Gas prices are lower than they have been since 2018. You know, finally, in the West Coast now, what was it, Maribel? Maribel. I got a big mouth. $2.99 at Costco. So now in Vegas, where I live, and even California, where Gavin Newsom, Mike, I almost screwed up, Mike M. Gavin Newsom lives and is the governor. Gas prices are down there too. Trump has taken the gas prices down. Why didn't they go down before? Because we had a president who wanted electric cars. Nothing wrong with them. I have a hybrid. Choice. Don't close the pipelines. That's why. We had an administration, a committee who didn't care about us. And now we got gas prices record low. Oh, $2.89, excuse me. $2.89 at Costco here in Vegas. It went down. Gas is down. So amazing work our 48th president, Donald J. Trump, has done. Not perfect if you're new to the channel. Most of us know he's not perfect, but he's pretty close. But he's made some bumps. We got to give it to him. Eggs, gas prices. We still got to do something about beef. I know I sound like a broken record on the beef. However, in some places like in Alabama, and some of my other subscribers, depending where you shop, it's going down. Vegas is still $20 for ribeyes. Getting better is the key. Yep. Amen. Amen. So, and there's a lot more to the beef. It just has nothing to do. It doesn't have a, well, excuse me. It has a little bit to do with the president, but it has a lot to do with the administration. It also has a lot to do with the hell's going on with beef. Gas is $1.25. Am I reading this right? Oh, a liter in Canada. Okay. I thought you brought me back to the late 70s and 80s when I was driving. 99 cents. That's right. Man, I'm old. I remember 89 cents. I remember my grandfather, may he rest in peace, said, I don't think we're ever going to see $2. Yeah. But anyhow, gas prices are down under Donald Trump, under his watch. And that's that. And that's that. Clint Torres says, I remember 49 cents. Ardell's remembers 50 cents. There you go. But we got $2.89 here in Vegas. Gas Wars, I remember 19 cents, Lemon J says. Yeah, I was going to say 4 something. Yeah, about $5 a gallon, Ken Big Fishing. Absolutely. Please no spamming. All right, no spamming. All right, we got over here. I got a full tank of gas for $10, and it will stay full because I don't drive or walk to a grocery store. Yeah, I got this hybrid. I have a Jeep, and anyhow, we have this hybrid. I got to tell you, I can't remember when I got gas. It works really well. The hybrids are the way to go. It's a plug-in hybrid. Of course, it comes with it comes with a 100,000-mile warranty. You got to worry about the battery and all that. But the point I was trying to make is Biden was implemented. He was all in on electric, not even hybrid, and that's when his mind was okay before he had. I wish him well before he had dementia. Seriously, but when he did that, along with so many other things we won't get into unless you want to. And now Trump comes in, open up the pipeline, and now look, we got gas prices that went down. It's amazing. And what that means is, electric bill goes down, gas bill goes down, and your heating bill goes down. And what that means is a little bit more money in your pocket, and money can be exchanged to the mom and pops. That's the way it works. Daddy Trump is awesome. Absolutely. I don't know. Biden was falling so much, I forget. He was falling, tripping over his own feet sometimes. Everybody falls. I've said this before about Biden, about the falling comment. Bicycle. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do remember the bicycle. Yeah. Now that I'm talking about, I remember everybody could fall off a bike once. It was like 2-3 times. I was just a Scazziad in Italian disgrace. We know that. But wish him well. I really mean that. I wish him well with his health. All right. Yes, once those tax breaks kick in, money's going to be really hey, thank you, Clint, for putting that in there. I appreciate that. Appreciate these comments, guys. Yeah, he shits all over the place. He's farting. Passing gas all over the place. Disgusting. Scazziad sounds better in Italian. Disgusting. Horrible. Eating ice cream, worried about potato chips in the State of the Union, worried about there's not enough potato chips, horrible. You don't hear about Trump passing gas, do you? Shitting all over the place, do you? That's who does that? What president does that? No, James, it's got like a little coconut, butter, whatever butter would taste like. Taste. I gotta laugh a little bit, guys. Yeah. All right. Appreciate you guys for being here. First time here. Appreciate it. Someone's seen gas for $2.09 in Oklahoma. Is that more Oklahoma? More Oklahoma. Give me more. Dustin Nunez. Merry Christmas. How are you, my friend? Dustin, a salute to you, my friend. So are you for Trump? No. Appreciate you guys being here. $2.29 in Georgia. That's good gas. That's cheap gas. Not Biden's gas. Trump's gas. That was Biden's gas. 209 Iowa. Thank God. Amen, Jeff. Thank God. God saved us. Saved him. Saved us. Saved the world. Saved the world. Because when we do well, the whole world does well, right? It really does. As somebody said a few minutes ago, wait for all those tax breaks to kick in. You know, all those no tax on tips and all those tax breaks on hybrid cars and gas vehicles and cars made in America and all that stuff kicks in. Now, again, if you're new to this channel, are you a mega? Well, for all my conservatives will probably say, yes, we are. You know what we are? We're for America, Americans. It's common sense, you know? Yes, a mega. It's just common sense. You know, again, it's the way it should have been for the last 40 years because we've had a horrible experience. All politicians. I know Reagan was a good president. I know Clinton was let me just say, good president. But other than those two, maybe two others in our lifetime, they were still politicians. We finally got a man who's not a politician and has his body language and his language himself don't suit you. It might be rated R, but I'd rather have a rated R than a PG-13 or a PG that is fake. And that's what we had. A lot of these presidents were fake. And in my opinion, I continue to say Barack Obama started this mess. 70 degrees in Bama. Yeah, you know, and I'm sure you're enjoying it, right, Ozzy? Or maybe not. I, though, would like to have some cold weather. I'm in Vegas. It's just me. Not cold. I would like to see some cold and snow. I know you're saying, no, Sal, take the 70, right? But it's got to be nice. Ozzy, real quick before I forget, I just bet $20 on Bama to win it all. I bet Bama, and then I hedged it with Indiana. All right. Boring football game one. You're not missing much. Unless you like defense. If you like defense, then you're missing some. So, Rob Weiner. Yeah, may he rest in peace. You know, I know he's a liberal or in the bunker. Oh, I know he's a liberal in real life, but may he rest in peace. And I will say that because for me, aside from De Niro, he's a piece of shit. Bruce Springsteen's a Democrat. I like some of his songs. You know, when somebody loses their life like Charlie Kirk, you should put politics. I mean, you don't have to do anything but pay taxes and be with the Lord. But we should separate that, but may he rest in peace. That was a horrible situation. The son having drug problems. We cover that too. What a shame. 78 years young, too young to be murdered by your own son. And it's a shame. He has, there's a sister, there's a daughter and another. It's just horrible, horrible situation. All right. We have 156 in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the 43 likes. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it. It's not on notice. Thank you. I want to say shout out to, once again, the moderators for being here tonight, Crystal Richmond, and also to sponsoring today's live, Mike M, Janine. If I missed any of Lemon J, sorry. If I missed any of the moderators, I apologize, but thank you so much for being here tonight. And when we have a whole lot of traffic on, thank you so very much. It's not on notice as well. Fair enough, but why did you get, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Now, if there's anybody here from Philly or South Jersey or an Eagles fan, congratulations to the Eagles. 2 times, first time in 20 years, they won the division, eliminated the Cowgirls. Are eliminated. Again, just want to throw that out there on today's live. You never know what you're going to get, and that's that. And the birds agree with me. The birds agree with me inside, Ozzy. You hear them? Did you get it? All right. Cool Chicken Nugget, I'm back. How are you? Merry Christmas. Hope you're doing well. Out of school. Nobody lost their health care. By the way, you want to talk about health care? Thank you for your comment, by the way. Thank you. I really mean that. I'm going to throw this out there. I don't think everybody, this is a fact. You know what Trump wants to do? Insurance should not go out of state. He wants to drop Medicare, not Medicaid, Medicare. You know when you're 65 and you get Medicare because you worked your ass off? He wants to do 2 things. He wants to eliminate that 185. Anybody gets Social Security, I think it's 185. He wants to eliminate that 185 for paying for another Plan B. Also, he wants to make the age around 54 or 55. Oh my goodness. So, you go on Social Security at 62. I don't know about doing 54, 55, but I've always said they should, if you get Social Security at 62, I am, are you? You should get Medicare. He wants to drop Medicare to 54 or 55. I can't remember what, it could be 54. That's what he wants to do. He has a plan. Shop for your premiums. You're self-employed. Shop for your health care. Don't have stuff that's on there that isn't for you. Like a pap smear if you're a male, or if you're a female, a prostate exam. So take all that out. Make it comfortable so the insurances can make money. The doctors deserve to make money. And best of all, most importantly, brings down our rates. And prescription drugs cheaper. So he's been working where the Democrats, all they do is complain and want Obamacare, that they lost the tax credits. They had 42 days, Chuck Schumer, to fix it. But what did they do? I'll tell you what they did. Scaziata in Italian. Nothing. They did absolutely zero to help out healthcare. So for those who don't like Trump, that's fine. He's trying again. Now, it might not happen, and it might happen. But regardless, as my uncle would say, and Ozzy would say, and many others, all you can do is try. I really think that he's probably going to lower it down to 62. That would be great. Why? I'm 59. No, it should be. It should be a lower. Medicare should be around 55 or 60, in that area. Medicare, not Medicaid. Medicare. And he's not taking into your comment about healthcare. Thank you for putting it out there. I wouldn't talk about it. That's not true. Okay? Just like he says, or the Democrats say they're going to remove SNAP benefits and Medicaid. He's never said he's going to remove Medicaid. He just wants to implement a workforce, which you should, unless you're disabled or you're a senior making very little. Then you should get Medicaid. He never said it. He just wants, for those who are young who could work, have workforce. Just like on unemployment. You get unemployment, you lose your job, you try to work. You get it until it runs out. You have to try to work. They're not just going to give you unemployment forever. So it's all common sense. That's what this channel's about. This is all common sense. I like that, though, lowering the age. I really do. So he's not here to take anything away. But a lot of people get not brainwashed. You could say brainwashed. I say hypnotized by fake news outlets. A lot of fake news channels. Godfather said I'm 67 years young. I started drawing SSI back in July without penalties. Good. Good. Love you back. Is Donald Trump going to be president 3 times? Absolutely. No reason why he can't. It can be done, but I don't think so. I think he's going to hand the torch to the next candidate, whoever it might be. I got something in my eye, guys. Hold on. I got some ashes or something. I know. Hey, here comes the trolls. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. He already won 3 times. You're right. He got ripped off. Got ripped off. Rudy Giuliani tried to save it. You're right. Whoever said that. EB173. You're exactly right. No, the only thing I do is a cigar. For that one comment, that nasty comment. That nasty comment. But as Palon said, let's go for 3. Let's do it. I like to see Dan Bongino. That's who I want. Make him president, Ozzy. Make the Don, the security on the Eagles, president. All right. Vance and Trump, 28. Then impeach Vance. Cool Chicken Nugget. Have a good night. Be safe out there. Live in the moment, my friend. Study hard. I like Romeo and Juliet. My favorite is a Ashton VSG M Madden $14.95. Not the price of the VSG. It's much more. And I like Camachos. Took the wrapper off. I'm showing you. Like, what are you showing me? I just took the wrapper off. Ashton, VSG, and Camachos are my favorite. Punches are good too. Hey, welcome in, everybody. We're appreciating. We're discussing the Eagles winning. No, we're talking about the homeless man who's getting a $50,000 reward. He probably will with the shooting in Brown University. That he's smarter than the FBI. A little bit of Rob Reiner. And, of course, a little bit of the Epstein files, which is disappointed to everybody out there. Good evening, Patrick. Appreciate your comment. Cecilia, appreciate your comment as well. All right. Appreciate each and every one of you. Great comments tonight. Some really good comments. Thank you. Once again, guys, as Mike M., our moderator, friend, 5 days left for Christmas. And if you Christmas shop, you better get started. Monte Cristo is really good. A very good cigar. I put it on my top 10 list. And Madden. I put the Monte Cristo on my top 10, right around 8, maybe 7. I put Donald Trump, though, number 1 as president. But Monte Cristo up there. For those who are watching the football game, 6-0, Green Bay, early third quarter. Just give them cash. I'm done shopping over here. Yeah, I got 1 gift card left. 2 gift cards left for the kids. That's it. And a couple more Christmas gifts for the homeless. We got about 5 more. I don't know, 5 or 6 more to give out. Once again, if you're new to the channel, we help out the homeless when we can. And I could not ever do it without you guys. Let me look in the camera. Not at all. Not even close. So thank you. But also a big thanks to my wife. She has the hard work. You know, I'm out there sending them positive vibes. And, you know, yeah, sure, I participate. But she's cooking the empanadas, guys. Those empanadas are unbelievable. If I could have each and every one of you here, she would make it for the 150 that are in here. I don't know about 1,000 people in here that we had or sick, but she cooks. She makes the bags up. She gets the brush. she gives them the gift cards, and that kind of stuff, and toothbrushes and floss and socks and gloves and on and on and on. That is the hard work. So Sal takes up the poop. No, I don't do it. No. I don't. James Edwards, how are you? 316. Good to see you. I don't like Trump dealing with Israel American first. Appreciate your comment, my friend. Thank you. Oh, your wife seems to be a cooler person than you. Yeah, you're right. Uh-oh, what did the Bears just do? Oh, nothing. Anybody having a Christmas drink tonight on this live? Anybody having a Christmas drink? If you could. Salute. Drinking a little grapefruit juice with a little something in it. I'm smiling at some comments and laughing a little bit. White Claw. That's what my son likes. That's what my son likes, the White Claw. Give me the White Claw. The blueberry, the raspberry, whatever flavors they have. Yes, you got it, Ardell. You won. I gotta start. Maribel said we gotta start giving out some giveaways again. Ardell, you got it, vodka. But what kind of vodka? Ardell's, oh, come on, Sal. All right. Yeah. James, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate it. Old English is good. I used to drink that back in the day in Philly. I used to drink Old English. I know you're saying, where'd you drink Old English with? I grew up in an Italian African-American neighborhood. We drank Old English. Good stuff. Not Grey Goose. I usually drink Grey Goose. Good guess. Absolute. Why? Why? It was free. It was free. I walked in the casino and they gave it to me. They gave it to me. I made a sports bet. Not a lot. And they were giving out Absolute. So I'll take it. I'm not going to complain. But yeah, Grey Goose is what I normally... Tito's. Tito's is good. You know what? Most vodkas, you mix it up with grapefruit, is about the same. Chicago, bring me a deep dish. I keep telling people, send me a deep dish. I was in Chicago once. For me, the second best pizza I ever had in Chicago. Send me a deep dish. Yeah, Chicago. Shout out to Chicago. It's cold over there. The Bears are playing. They're going for a field goal as we speak, actually. And they got it. If you like Chicago and football. What happened?
Nothing. Those words. Those
Oh, here,
words.
let me have that.
It's red like Trump.
Red like Trump. Red like Trump. Trump! How many Trump supporters do we have on here tonight? Are you still with Trump? Or did you fall asleep on Trump? All right. Got to joke around, guys. I'm not joking about Trump. Have a little fun. Who will win the Super Bowl? I got to tell you, can't count the Eagles out. Can't count them out, Ozzy. I know Ozzy didn't ask that. New England looks pretty good. Buffalo. Seattle looks real good. I'm worried about Seattle. If the Eagles got to play Seattle, there's a couple of... We know Kansas City's been eliminated. This is not red for Kansas City. Texans look good. Texans look real good, actually. Good quarterback over there. Class act. Class act over there. Seattle look real good. They're tough. Yeah. Houston defense, good quarterback, good receiver. Casey's out. They're gone, Mike. You won't see them no more. You know? Somebody tore their ACL, too. Quarterback, Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, good coach in Houston. You're alluding to Houston, yeah. Class act. Good team. A lot of different teams making a run. But hey, I'm a Birds fan, so I got to stay with my Eagles. But if they don't make it, watch out for Seattle in the NFC. And that quarterback on Buffalo is pretty damn good, too. Somebody said another Trump wanker. What is a wanker? Give me a definition of a wanker. I'm only kidding. I don't want to hear it. AI will be our downfall. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that, Godfather. I think I agree with you, because, Godfather, they'll be making AI pizza. I mean, it won't be homemade. No, I do agree. I think how far is too far with AI, I agree. Cecilia says the Eagles have the NFC. We're good. We got a great coach. He's Italian. He's good. Guys, I'm only kidding. Good team, and quarterback, a little shaky tonight, Jalen Hurts, Why are we in Venezuela? Thank you for your comment. We're eliminating poison. Those aren't fishing boats. They're not getting a suntan. These are narcotics. The people there agree. We have a president. We're stopping poison from coming to the United States and going anywhere else. That's why we're there. All right. We need more likes. Pay like, yeah, we do. 60's not enough. Who didn't hit the like? Because the Godfather will find out. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Crosby. I agree. By the way, Ozzy, thank you once again for that donation the other day. Maribel says, too, helping out. It went a long way. You were part of those gifts. You and the other Ozzy, Lemon J, Crystal, and many, many more on here. You know who you are. I know I'm missing so many names, but thank you. Hey, also, too, thank you to my son. First time he came true, like a field goal. My son, Ozzy, both Ozzies. He said, hey, I got some pants. I said, what are you doing with those pants? I'm giving them to you, Dad. Give them to the homeless. And a little Fonzels in the pocket. Whoa! That was nice. So shout out to my son. All right. Thank you, Ozzy Crosby. It's just I'm going to continue doing it. All right. Looks like I'm going out for New Year's Eve, don't I? All right. Smoke a little bit of cigar. Scratching my neck. Yep, Godfather. Rodney, reading your comment. Appreciate your comment. But to answer you real simple, common sense. Not a politician. And making your life, our life, everybody else's life a little bit better. Not perfect. But pretty close. All right. Beer's down. Yeah, you can get a PBR right now, a 6-pack for like $2.99. Beer's good. It took a while, Ozzy. Ozzy Ray. Got two Ozzies in here. It took a while, but that was nice. It wasn't much, but it was nice, And the pants, nice pants too, that he gave Ozzy. It was nice. I was proud of him. I didn't tell him. Beer down in Chicago too. Yeah, beer's down. We got beer down, gas down, eggs down. Everything but beef. Who's got the beef? We're eliminating poison from Venezuela. We're closed borders. Ended 8 wars. Negotiating with the other ones. He's everything that we are. He's everything that a Democrat, Republican, let me continue. He's what we are. Everything that we want him to say, he says. Well, these other politicians have done for us. For exception, maybe, I keep saying Clinton and Reagan. I know there's a few more, but not many. All right. I'm not from Florida. There's other people on here from Florida, though, without mentioning names, but I'm not from Florida. But Florida's beautiful. They got a good governor over there. I don't think he's qualified for president, but he's a good governor. We need our ribeye. I need my ribeyes, Ardell. I mean, it's crazy. The ribeye's got to go down. Good to see you, Jason. If they don't go down soon, I'm going to make a meeting with Donald Trump. I'm going to have a meeting with him. I'm going to bring him. It's not all his fault. But yeah, they got to get their ribeyes down. Here, anyhow, some states' ribeyes are down. Oh, Florida, Kimberly? I love Florida, but there's too many alligators. And it's humid. You think he's qualified, Kimberly? That's your opinion. He's a good governor. He's a little, for me, Kimberly, I have to see more. How's that? I'm not just saying that. I just something he's missing. I just don't know what it is, Kimberly. But that's my opinion. You might be correct. He's good, but I don't know. A little wishy-washy. I got to see more of him. That's all. But there's another guy in Florida who I like, and that's Marco Rubio. All right. At Huntsville, Alabama, Ozzy, you know where that's at, probably has the best climate even during the summer. Oh, really? Yeah, I'll be there soon. Take off that silly ass hat, somebody says. No. Staying on. Somebody else likes Rubio. So how's that? And that's that. It's staying on. Not going off. I think he's better than J.D. Vance, maybe Rubio. Yeah, everybody has their opinion, you know. That's what's great about politics, you know. Somebody said my hat's awesome. So thank you. Thank you. You got my back, right, M. added? Thank you. Hat's awesome. Staying on. In fact, we're even going to go like this. The hat's not going anywhere. Northeast Alabama. We got Alabama in the house. Alabama. All over. Uncle Charlie. That party can start. ABC, Ardell, and now Uncle Charlie is here. We can literally have a salute. Salute. Roll Tide. They're all going to Eagles. I love Alabama. They're going to win the national championship. Hat's not going anywhere. There you go. Ardell likes the hat. Salute, Pelon. Salute. For those who can drink, have a drink. It's not too late. It's Saturday night, unless you work tomorrow. And even if you do, have a drink. Yeah, I really like Bama. I think they win the whole thing. I love them. Yeah, I'll show it to you, Ozzy. I'll send you a screenshot after. I got a little something for us on there. Fish back in Florida. Ravens and the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Cowboys just got eliminated. Uncle Charlie, they got eliminated after the Eagles won tonight. They're out. Ravens is possible. My neighbor's a Ravens fan. Cowboys are out. Ravens have a shot. I think they got to win and win again. Ravens. I think the Ravens got to win 2 or Pittsburgh's got to lose. I don't know. Some stuff like that. I don't know how far the Ravens can go. All right. Seahawks are good. Seahawks are real good. They're good. They scare me. I don't want to play them. I say, the Eagles. They're a good team. Well coached. Good defense. Everything. Offense. Well, the defense wasn't good the other night, but they're a good team. Shout out to France. Yep. Lions. Lions are still mathematically in it, right, Dustin? I think they got to win a couple games. Good offense. Funny coach, good coach. They're missing something. Defense. Gas is under $1.98 over here, somebody said. Thank God Trump's the president. Otherwise, it'd be $50 a gallon. Ozzy. You got to win 3 games. That's going to be hard, but not impossible. God bless France. God bless anybody, wherever you're from. Let us know, wherever you're from. Appreciate it. Northern Ireland. Greetings, James. Northern Ireland. Wow. Wow. How's it over there? Send me some scotch, whiskey. Pat, Merry Christmas. God bless you and your family. Enjoy it. Merry Christmas. Candace Owens. She's a Scotsiad. But you know, I say this. If you haven't, she has a YouTube channel with millions of people, so somebody likes her. But she's a Scotsiad. And what it is just unorganized. What she's doing to Erica Kirk and all that is a mess. I hear you, Dustin. Is that right, James? Sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. I wouldn't go to Florida, Uncle Charlie. Arizona, maybe. If I would move, I don't know. I don't know if I can. I would probably just move to another area in Vegas. Utah is possible. I love Utah. Tim, Merry Christmas to you. God bless. Oregon. Oregon's a place I consider on not living, but I want to go. Gotta like camping and fishing and coffee and fish. It's a no-brainer, right? Coffee, we got. Fishing, we got. Camping, mountains, beaches, and everything. Merry Christmas, Tim. Yeah, that's the problem in Arizona, because in Vegas, Ozzy, you read my mind. Arizona stays, well, it depends. Stag flag, what's it, stag flag or stag, I don't know. It's most places in Arizona, I've been drinking too much. It's hot all year long, but at least Vegas, it cools down a little bit. We have like 2.5. Some people say we have 2 seasons in Vegas. I'll say 2.25, because it does get a little colder here. But you're right, Ozzy. Flagstaff, thank you. That would have drove me nuts, Pat. Thank you so much. I mean that, yeah. Sedona's too expensive. I like Sedona. All right, what do we got over here? Montana's beautiful, but it gets cold. Yeah, I went to Montana, Uncle Charlie. We thought about it, but the real estate's expensive. Unless I live like somewhere, you're right though, Uncle Charlie. Montana absolutely is beautiful. But I don't know if my wife would go for it. A little too cold. There's no perfect place for weather, really, if you think about it. I mean, some would say San Diego. As far as the country goes, some would say Spain. Everything has its pros and cons. But yeah, you're right, Uncle Charlie. I thought about, I do like the people in Montana. I felt very, very welcome in Montana. Yeah, I hear you, Tim. I'll be there soon. Not to live, but visit. Albuquerque, yeah. I've been there once. They're pretty nice. People are nice there too, Ozzy Crosby. But Montana gets cold. It's nice like in summer, even like in like September. It's beautiful. Even like October, but then like it gets real cold and snow. And thank you, Uncle Charlie. I've seen that. Thank you. That's the problem with San Diego. Thank you for putting that in the comment. Jenna Brown, 6190. Yes, you're right. A little bit too much. It's slowly turning, I hear, though. Who knows? Puerto Rico, my wife, if I told her Uncle Charlie and woke up tomorrow and said, let's move to Puerto Rico, she would say, let's go. But maybe not, because I don't think the kids would go. The people in Puerto Rico are very nice, too. Very welcome. But again, humidity. But that might be a possibility, like, God willing, I live for another 10 years. Maybe. Ozzy Crosby, likes the Four Seasons. If my uncle was on here, Ozzy Crosby, 2092, my uncle would be going, that's right. That's my uncle. That's why he likes living in New Jersey. But property taxes in Jersey, it's just too much. Just a little too much. Send me one, James Loyal. Send me one. I'm only kidding, of course. But thank you for the comment. It's good information. I didn't know that, actually, James. I did not know that. I will. I'll be too old. I won't want to move. I want to be here. I'll be like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new president. It's a Democrat. Welcome into the chat. I am now 69 years old. Pat? Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, thank you, moderators. Thank you, all your support. I appreciate the new subscribers who came on tonight. Try to go live every day. We do take a day off here and there because I don't want to go take a little break once in a while. We have a homeless channel. Mississippi is cheap. And we have a homeless channel with lots of short videos. If you had some time, check them out. Show some love on there. We try to put a dent into homeless and fight homeless, particularly all year round. But during the Christmas, we go a little bit more intense on that. So appreciate each and every one of you. I'll give everybody about 2-3 minutes to those who are chatting among each other, just for a little respect to say their good nights. I always like to give 2-3 minutes. We will probably be live. Oh, tomorrow's Sunday football. We'll see about live tomorrow. Oh, the Eagles aren't on. I'll probably be live tomorrow. The Eagles aren't on. The Eagles won tonight. So probably go live tomorrow at some point. Once again, we were covering the homeless man. The homeless man, speaking of homeless, the man who's going to get $50,000, he should get $50,000, who turned a suspect in who was unalive. Hopefully they do the right thing, the justice, FBI, and everybody else, and give him shelter, which they've done. I've heard they've done, and give him the $50,000. So we cover that tonight. We cover the Epstein files. Nothing much new on that. If you want me to cover more of that, I mean, I don't know what else we can cover. There's nothing new on there. But if something comes out of another person who's alive, we'll cover that as well. And we also cover anything that's breaking news, and that kind of stuff. So if that's stuff that you guys enjoy hearing, we'll cover that as well. Thank you. All right, guys. So thank you so much for being here. Have a great night. Merry Christmas. If I don't see anybody between now and Christmas, for whatever reason, I will be live. But if for some reason you can't make it, Merry Christmas. Enjoy each and every hour, each day. Take it in. Listen to Christmas music. Enjoy your family, most importantly. And I pray for the homeless. We pray for our president. And we certainly pray for those victims and what happened over there. Merry Christmas to you too, James. All right, guys, have a good night. Take care. I'm out. I think I'll have one more drink, Ozzy. Both Ozzies. See you later. God bless. You're right about that, Tim. And that's that. Take care, guys. Great way to end it. And that's that. Biden was a joke.